I'm Sebastian, and this is for Mrs. Mann's class, and I'm reading Big Mean Mike by Michelle Knudsen. Big Mean Mike was the biggest, toughest dog in the whole neighborhood. He had a big, mean bark and big, sharp teeth. He wore with a big black collar with gleaming silver spikes, and his claws were as big and mean as very, very pointy. Best of all, he had a big, mean car. That he liked to drive around the big, mean streets. It made a big, mean sound. Whenever he read the engine, vroom, vroom, vroom. Here comes Big Mean Mike, the other dog would say. He's the biggest, toughest dog in the whole neighborhood. Everyone knew that how big and tough he was, and that is just the way Mike liked it. On Tuesday, Mike decided to buy a new pair of combat shoe boots. He liked the way he made his suit extra big. He came out of the store and admired his big shiny car and opened the big white trunk. And there, next to the big tough spare of tire, is a tiny fuzzy bunny. "Hey," said Mike. "How'd you get in there?" The tiny fuzzy bunny blinked up at him sleepily. He was very cute. "Huh?" Mike picked up the bunny and quickly set him down on the sidewalk. Big mean dogs, tiny cute bunnies did not go together. He picked out a speedway and revving his engine a few extra times for a good measure. Vroom, 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 vroom. On Wednesday, Mike got out of his car and drove to the gym. He opened up the glove compartment to get out his gym pass, but when he reached inside for the shiny plastic card, he felt something else instead. Something soft, something cuddly. Lean over the peek inside. I'll believe in two fuzzy bunnies. The tiny fuzzy bunnies was black, and this time he had brought a friend. Growl's gym pass. Grr. "Hey, I told you to get out," Mark barked at the first bunny. He pointed to the second bunny. "That goes for you, too." Grr. Mike scooped both bunnies, hoping that no one was looking. He put them down on the sidewalk next to the car. He felt the little eyes watching him as he drove away. Vroom, vroom, vroom. On Thursday, there were 3 fuzzy bunnies sitting on the hood. "Get off my car, you bunnies!" Mike shouted. "What if someone sees you up there?" The bunnies did not get off. They looked at him, wiggled cute little noses. He picked them up one by one and put them on the ground. Then he spelled it out for them. "Big tough dogs do not hang around with tiny fuzzy bunnies, okay? So beat it, scram, and don't come back." Mike found things not to use his car for the next few days. When it was light. The next weekend, Mike had a ticket for the monster truck show. He'd been looking forward to them. Monster trucks. We were big and mean, just like him. The show the next was old town over, too far to walk. Mike went out to his car and looked very carefully under the hood. He checked in the trunk. He peeked inside the glove compartment. "Heh," said Mike. "Nothing to worry about after all." When he got to the stadium, the parking lot was full of big, mean dogs getting out of their own big, mean car. None of them were as big and mean as Mike, of course, but some of them were pretty close. Mike turned off the engine. The key slipped from his grasp and landed on the floor. A pair of tiny white paws reached out from under the seat and picked up them. "Arr!" cried Mike. He started to dismay as swore bunny ears and blinked in cute little eyes. "No more bunnies!" Mike yelled. "Get out of my car!" The bunnies just sat there looking at him. Yay! Wing, wing, wing. Fine, Mike growled. "Stay in there. I'm not missing the show because of you." He snatched up his keys and slammed the door. The bunnies gazed up at him with their sweet little fuzzy faces. "Gosh, you guys are cute," Mike said. Then he looked around. "I mean, I hate you. Grr, I'm Big Mean Mike." He started to walk away. Then he stopped and looked around again. He parked a lot of big mean dogs. Not a very good place for little bunnies. He could not leave there alone. It wouldn't be safe. "Arr!" Mike growled. He had no choice. "All right, bunnies," he said. "You can come with me, but I don't want the other dogs to see you." He got his gym bag in the trunk. "Hop here and be quick about it." Bunnies hopped in the bag. Wing, 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 wing. Mike hurried inside for 4 in his seat. The Monster Truck show was just starting. It was awesome. Mike felt his gym bag moving on the seat beside him. The bunnies were snitching their little heads out, peering around by their excited eyes. "All right," Mike whispered. "You can watch. Just don't try anyone to see you." One by one, the bunnies climbed up in the mountain. Slap! They nibbled pieces of his popcorn. They bounced excitedly whenever a big mean truck cleared the jump or a little car got crunched under big tough tires. I couldn't bring himself to make the gun back and back. They were having such a good time, and also he would kind of have someone watch with. Even better, someone, even if they're tiny, fuzzy bunnies. Boing, boing, boing. When the show was over, Mike noticed a group of big dogs waiting for him at the end of the asshole. Aisle. I got from new little friends there. "Mike," one dog asked. "Didn't figure you'd chewed and cuddly top," said another. "Guess you're not so big and mean after all," the third dog barked. Soon all the dogs were laughing and pointing. Mike didn't know what to do. This was terrible. His image was ruined. Then one of the bunnies leaped forward and made a tiny growling sound. The other boys all joined in and down at them. Grrr! Slowly he smiled a big mean smile. Then he looked back at the other dogs. "I know what," Mike told him. "I don't care what you think. I'm Big Mean Mike. I can hang out with whoever I want. I like those bunnies. They know have a good time. And they're adorable. Any of you got a problem with that?" All the other dogs took a step back. "No problem here," the first dog said. "Yeah, we're just kidding around," said the second dog. "Yeah, we're just kidding around," said the second dog. "Good," said Mike. "Now get out of my way. My friend and I are going home." that day on, Big Mean Mike went back to driving around the big mean streets on his big mean car. He still did everything on his own big way, mean way. And everything and everywhere he went, 4 tiny fuzzy bunnies went with. Boing, 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 boingy, boingy, boing, boing, boing. And that was just the way Mike liked it. This book is Big Mean Mike, and he always drove around town in his big mean car, like vroom, vroom, and every time he revved his engine, it made a horrible sound like vroom, 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 vroom. And one bunny was in the back, and he said, "Get out of here!" Then they let him on the sidewalk. Then they drove back in the car and vroom, 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 boom, boom. And then 2 bunnies were in the glove box the next day when he reached for his credit card, and he had to scan it, and so he felt something else, and he felt big, and he felt bunnies, and then Big Me might put him out of the car, and then 3 bunnies, three bunnies were in. Then 3 bunnies were in. And well, I can't remember where they're in. By the next day, but then they put him out. Then Big Me Mike pulled him out, and then the next day, he found the bunnies, and he checked in the glove box, the trunk, and I forgot the other one. And he checked in the other one, and he went to the car show, and he vroom, 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 meow, boom, beep. And it was at a town the next town over. It was too far to walk, so he checked everywhere. And then he got to the car show. And then he checked under his seat because the keys went under there. And then 2 hands came out, and they grabbed the keys and held them up. Then he grabbed 4 bunnies under the seat, and he said, I'm not missing a show because of you 2, because of you 4. Then he ran off, and he snatched the keys, and he turned around. And then he said, it wouldn't be safe for those 4 to stay in there. So then he put him in his gym bag, and he put him in his gym bag, and then he put him in his gym bag. Then he got in there. Then at the end of this show, all the big dogs were like, got some new friends there, Mark. And then he said, then one bunny leaned over and said, "Grrr!" Then the others turned in, "Grrr, grrr, grrr, grrr." And then Big Me Mike said, they know how to enjoy themselves. And then he said, I don't care if you don't. I don't care. And then he said, then they said, we're just kidding around. And the second one said, then he said, and you have a problem with that? Then the first one said, we were just kidding around. And then the second one said, we were just joking. And then I can't remember what a couple more said. And then he said, get out of my way. Me and my friends are going home. Then he went home. Then it went back to normal with the 4 bunnies. And then at the end he went. And at the end he went somewhere else with the 3 bunnies. And then I think he went to a car show again. And that's how the story went. So bye.